Good afternoon, how is everybody? It's a little bit different today. I can't see what the weather's like outside because of course I'm at Crafters TV today, so indoors, but not a problem. It's always sun shining at Sanntangle HQ, I'm sure. So here we go. I did like that really hot pink tile that I saw Ben shuffle through earlier, so I think I was gonna, yeah, I've got a regular hot pink tile now. I do think it's 253. Please, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think I think it is. I don't have everything else with me, so I'm going to put that on just in case. If it isn't, we can make a change. It's not a problem. So I'm going to come in with a plain tile. I've not inked it or anything today. And what do I have with me? I've got my regular pen, pencil, tutty yarn. I do have a silver gel pen, and I've got my white chalky pencil, of course, that one, just in case I need to put a little bit of shadow on there. And yeah, let's get going with it, shall we? So, oh, thank you, Chrissy. It is 253. Thank goodness for that. I can never remember. You just, I just keep doing them, and we just think, yeah, it's all good. So here we are then. What am I going to start with? I'm going to start with a pencil. Just want to put a little bit of a border in. I'm not going to put a border in. I'm going to put a, let's have a look. I'm going to use my ruler. And I want to put like an offset sort of part of a square in there. So I'm just going to mark it off with a pencil just to get me started. There we go. See, just sort of on the side there. Okay. And I think from there, hello everybody from America as well. And hello everybody in the UK. I know there's going to be a few people not joining us today because they're travelling to HQ, ready for classes tomorrow. But yeah, it's Friday. Do love gluing classes. Okay, just looking at this little bit here, I think what I'm going to do is I want to put 4 lines in. Now, whether you want to use a straight edge, so I'm going to find the middle. I'm going to find one in between, but you're not going to need this when it's finished. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Have I got 4? I'm going to put another one there. I want 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. That's it, because I want to write something on it. I might actually, yeah, I might do 3. See how it goes. And okay. Oh, Rose Dobby is actually in the studio at the minute. He's at the back of Ben's counter, I think, having a lie down. He's just had a big lunch, so we'll leave him to it. Okay, so first thing I want to do then, I'm going to come in with my pen and see where we've done this line here. And I'm going to add a bit of a rough, sort of wobbly kind of line. There we go. Just sort of along the edge of that one there. And then same sort of here. You can hear in the background they've just started going live again. There we are. So I think sometimes we do get carried away and we do love our little drawings, but I also wanted today to just think about, breathing in and just having a relaxing moment. I know this week in particular we've had quite a stressful week at HQ. There's been a lot going on. I mean, we love what we do and we're so thankful that we're busy, but sometimes we just have to sort of check in, don't we, and have a bit of a break and say, do you know what, everything's okay, we're fine, just keep enjoying what we're doing. You see, I'm just drawing a little bit of a wavy line in here as well, just going around those little blobs I've done, and working it in. There we are. Again, not trying to keep it straight or in line in any way, just wanting to have a little bit of something going on there. And there. Oh, I'm glad that you're watching the shows today. I know it's a little bit tricky sometimes to find the YouTube. I know not everybody's there, so, but they're great shows, and I think the nice thing about them is you can watch them back because they're all recorded and then they're on there. So I do try and get as much educational content in or instructions as I can to make sure that you can sort of watch back and see how I did things. So there we are, just sort of wandering around there. Chris, thank you. I know that jigsaw's nice. I'm going to do a demo, I think, first off with that one at the 4 o'clock show. So here we are. Okay, so I've got a couple of little rows going on there. There you go. I'm going to just sort of come out a little bit. We're going to leave this for a minute. Come back in with the... Let's have a look. Pencil just to start with, I think. I just want to put in a few little bubbles. Now I'm going to go across and over the whole thing because I find it easier to do larger bubbles and put the whole sort of shape in. And let's have one. Don't have to be the same size. And then we can, of course, we can rub out the bits we don't need in a little bit. There we are. One there. Maybe just a little one here. And just going to put a little one there. So, you know, you don't have to be perfect. Just give them a little bit of a guide there. Okay? And, okay, let's go back in. I'm going to do one. Let's do this little one to start with because it's the full sort of thing. Go straight back in with a pen. And I'm going to start at the outer set. I'm going to come round, follow it round, and I'm going to create a little bit of a loop. Like that. And then from the head of this loop, I'm going to come back round and in. And then from the head of this loop, back round and in. And then the head of this one, round and in. You get the idea? Round and in. Round and in. And we've got these little gaps left. I'm going to fill those with a bit of ink there. Alright. I'm going to sort of put in those little lines. If you can, if you can't get them in, don't worry about it. I'm just going to see, I've got a real tiny one there. Maybe one. There you go. Oh, that's lovely. People at the NEC today. You know, it's... I've not been to the NEC in a while. Okay, it was last time was definitely before lockdown. You see, I'm just sort of working that round. Oh, Julie. Thank you. It's quite a nice one to do, isn't it? And it sort of works its way around. And there we go. You can, you know, you can fill this bit with lines if you want, or a different colour, or even maybe we could put a bubble in there. It's quite a large area, isn't it? And this one here. See, you can change them up a little bit. And again, I'm going to put these little lines in. Same with this one. There we go. Just gives it that sense of movement, doesn't it? Adding those little lines in. There we go. Okay. So this one, it's sort of only going to be part of it because you can see in there. Now, if you think you'd rather do pencil in there to get the shape, then you can do that. I'm just going to put one in there. And maybe a bubble in there. But fine, absolutely. If you want to bring a pencil in and draw it first and then just draw the bits in pen that you need, it's fine. Okay, let's do this one. I'm going to turn it round a little bit because I don't want them to be all exactly the same. And if we keep it in the same place, see, I'm going to pretend there and bring it back round. Rose, what do you need for the flowers, Zoom? Yes, that's a good point. If you've got your stencil, of course, that's an absolute must. A little bit of paper, just to do a practice on. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, unless you want to sort of give it a go. And, you know, you get the shading right, then the macro tiles are great for that. And you need your pen, pencil, tortillon, of course. I'm going to bring a little bit of colour in. So, if you want to have some coloured pencils handy. And that's to everybody. If you're taking part in the Zoom session on Tuesday evening, that's anybody that brought the Flowers in Bloom stencil set. There we go. We've got a Zoom session showing you how to do a couple of the extra flowers. I couldn't get them all in, so we're just going to have a quick catch up on doing a few others. And of course, if you've got any questions, you'll be able to ask me as well. There we go. Okay. Well, I suppose so. Biscuits and tea, yeah. Unless, you know, it is going to be 7 o'clock in the evening. If you want to bring a gin and tonic with you, it's absolutely fine. Or whatever you want to do, whatever's comfy. It's a very sort of informal thing. It's not going to be a serious sort of class kind of session. It's just going to be, let's have a bit of fun, and I'm going to show you how to do a few more flowers with that lovely stencil. So let's have a look at this. There we go. All right, so we've got a few there. Now, say with the extra sort of spaces, I'll just rub it out so you can get the idea. There you go. We don't need those anymore. They're going underneath there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is these little loops, I'm going to bring some out. Let's have a look. So you've got a space here. Alright, all you need to do, if you've brought that stencil, you'll have had a little invitation, and it's got quite a long address on. If you go onto the internet, type that into your bar at the top or the bottom, wherever yours is. Type that in, and it'll take you straight there. And it'll ask you for a passcode. Of course, that passcode's on that piece of paper as well. And you'll be in, and it'll sort of say waiting to be let in, and I'll let you in. Okay. See if I've done a couple of those extra loops, a little bit bigger around the side. There we go. A bit more in as far as I'm going to try and record it. I can record it straightforward enough. It's just finding where my laptop's put it afterwards. So I'll see what I can do, and if I can do that, then I'll make it available. Maybe I'll put it on YouTube with the passcode so you can get to it. Okay. So I want to bring in. Let's have a look. Got a couple more gaps. See, I've got a gap there. Maybe it's part of the flower. A couple of little gaps here. Let's bring in a little leaf shape. 2 little curves. And then along. And I'm going to put some little V's down the side there. Oh, and those of you coming to classes this weekend, I hope you have a safe journey. It's really looking forward to it. We actually love having visitors. It's going to be a great weekend. So have a look at your tile and think about where you want to put these little shapes. We're not going to fill it up completely with these. We want to add a few more bits and pieces. But we can always come back and add a few more. But some extra. I'm going to bring out here. It just feels like it's got a curve. So let's bring out this little line here. Like so. I'm going to put a little dot on the end. And then I'm going to do another one this way. Maybe a little bit smaller. Little dot on the end. And then along here. Maybe one over here. There we go. So I think just sort of add a couple of smaller little leaf shapes on the side there. And again, have a look at your design. See if you can fit a couple on there. You don't have to do lots. Just a couple quite nice. And then I think I'm going to do one sort of got space here, so let's bring one out and round. And the same here, sort of along and down. And again, a couple of little leaves. I'm going to go on the outside because here I'm going to bring out a few lines. So you're getting smaller each time. Couple that side too. And then a couple of those little leafy shapes. There you go. Sort of on the end there. Maybe got to put some zingers in there, being that Julie's watching. Let's just bring that up a little bit. Oh, there we go. A little all around there. And then along. There we go. And another one this side. You can do these big or small as you want, and as many as you like. There we are. And working my way around. Let's see what we can find. See, I've got a space here, so see what I've just done on this one? I can do the same on this one. Bring it up, and then two more one side, two more on the other, and then a couple of those little leafy shapes on the edge. Catch, I'm going to fill in those little shapes there with a bit of ink. Do the same with that one. It's lovely, isn't it? This hot pink with that black is just beautiful. And then let's bring in a bit of a zinger there. There we go. Let's have a look at this. There we go. So maybe I'm going to bring one up and over here. See, normally we'd put a flower in there, but I'm avoiding it today. I think we'll do something a little bit different. Put our little zingers in there. And then again, this one here, we want to show that that's not, if it's a gap. And maybe one at the top there. And again, depends on your space, how many that you can fit in. We've got this lovely little design going on. So if you've got any little gaps, you've got a little gap there. It's going to put a bubble in, fill any gaps around the outside. And I think coming up here, I'm going to add a little row of bubbles just to finish that edge off. And then of course this space here, and then add a row of bubbles. So I'm going to follow the line I've got there. If yours is a little bit wobbly, just follow the line you've got. There we go. See? And to sort of give those bubbles a little bit more of a hand, I'm going to just add a few around here. See, a little bit bigger, some smaller. Okay. And there we go. Not too many, we don't want a massive amount. I've got a silver pen, so I might add a few bits of silver on there. There we go. So then we've got this little space here, and I did say I wanted us to think a little bit today and just remember that, we all have stressful weeks or days, and sometimes we just need a bit of a reminder, don't we? So let's have a look. Now, you want to do this in pencil first, you can do. But I think I'm going to come in with pen and go for it. Now, I'm going to leave that one. I don't think there's enough space there, maybe. I'm going to start here and add a little bit of a reminder in. Here we go. So I'm just going to try and keep it even and straight if I can. There we are. Let's put this one in. Now when I'm writing like this, I do try and keep it sort of parallel to me. So this is straight onto where I am, and then I can follow the line and keep it going. There we go, everything. Let's put a little swirl in there, yeah. Let's start here. I'm going to put an is. Let's do that little swirl again. There we are. Let's add another G in there. And the O's, I like to do a little curl off the top there. And then I'm not going to do all of it sort of brush lettering. I'm going to keep it nice and neat if I can. Let's put the 2 in here. And then I'm going to put a, going to get that on. And of course, if you can't, you've got another row, it's fine. And let's put a large O in there. We get a little curl there. And let's put a K in. It's an A. So sometimes we just need a reminder, don't we? There we go. I'm going to just put a little bit of a wobble around the bottom there. There we go. So I'm just going to rub out the lines that I don't need anymore. Just make sure that your ink's sort of dry. Before you do that, you don't want to sort of spoil it and get it to smudge. There we go, let's have a look at this. Yeah, you could put anything in there, couldn't you? You don't have to do the same as me. You can put whatever you like, and you could stamp something in if you want to. That would be nice too. Okay, coming in with my pencil then. Let's go in a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. Let's start with the little flowers. Now these would look lovely if you wanted to put a bit of colour in. I'm going to keep with the pencil. I'm going to add some at the bottom of each of these little loops that we did. Okay, and I think I'll do that with all of the little loops first, just sort of following it through, doing each of these flowers, sort of taking my time. There we go. There, another one here, and then of course in this one. So that's sort of those flowers done. So you get that little bit of a shimmer, don't you, from the graphite on a darker tile. So let's look at these loops. Oh, Jean, Sentiments. The ones that I had on before at Hobby Maker, that was the last of them. They're not going to be coming back. I don't even think I own a set myself anymore. But there are another set coming. And if you were watching Crafters TV this morning, you might have spotted one of the Sentiments already. Sneaky. They'll hope, I don't know, it depends when they arrive. I'm just going to do the same with these. I'm going to do just a little bit in the bottom there. There we go. And same with that one. Now zingers, I'm going to add a little bit to one side. Doesn't matter which side, you can use whichever you like. Switch it about if you want. And then the leaves really quite small, so I'm not going to do anything on those at the minute. I'm going to just come in with my tortillon and soften these up. So I'm going to work from the top and all the way down, so it doesn't matter whether it's part of the flower or part of one of the loops anyway. You see I'm leaving a little bit of pink underneath, or whatever colour your tile is. I don't want to fill the whole shape with graphite. Just going to soften the edges a little bit. There you go. See, I didn't put any on that, but I've got plenty on the tortillon, so not to worry. And a little bit here. See, just soften it off and push it round. And there we go with this one. You see, with my little zingers, I'm just going to soften the pencil line just a little bit. And then again, work my way around, taking each one in turn. There we go. And of course the leaves, same principle, softening around the edges. Oh, hey Mum, hope you're okay. My mum actually treated me at the weekend. She brought me a new ring Thank you, Mum, it arrived. Here we go. Hang on. There it is. There it is. Here we go. I know, it looks like I've been working, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't put the nail polish on, Mum, sorry. Didn't get time. Oh, it is what it is. Okay. Dobby is sort of behaving. He's had quite a big lunch, Louise. So he's lying down at the minute. I think he's still in shot though. He's in the studio. So yeah, he's been catching up with his friend Ben, his Ben doll. So there you go. So I've got this so far. I'm going to bring in my white chalk pencil. I have no idea, Wendy. I know they're all in there together. So okay, now I'm going to put a bit of white on each of the zingers there. See a bit on the top of each of these little shapes here. I'm also going to come in and add a little bit, you know, on the dots we added. See, a little bit on the dots, like so. And then again back in with some of that white there. There we go. So just sort of, you might even touch the bubbles around the edge as well, if you've got space to do so. Little bits. There we go. Now I could actually do the same thing on the leaves, but I think I'm going to leave those with the pink on the end. I think, oh, I'm going to soften that. Didn't do that one. There you go. Put that to one side. Sort of a touch around. So let's finish this bit off here. Okay. All right. Bit there. Now you could come in with a clean tortillon there. I'm going to stick with the graphite one, although I did have, hold on a second, a nail file to hand, because it's nice when you are blending your white pencil. It is perhaps better to have a, there you go, clean tortillon, always best as. Just file it to a point, it's fine. And just ever so gently soften that pencil around. Doesn't need to be too much, just sort of clean it off. And sometimes we don't soften it at all, but because there's quite a lot on here and it's a larger area, I'm going to come in and add a bit to it. Again, you might find if it does go a little bit grey, not to worry, just touch it gently. We just want to settle it back into the paper a little bit. There we are. Okay. Oh, maybe that one a little bit more. Here we go. So I think we need to come back in now with regular pencil. Here we go. And I'm going to go around the edge of that sort of square shape. Now I'm going to go really heavy over everything I've done so far. Over the bubbles. And then back in with that tortillon. And I'm going to just work in swirls. There we are. I don't want to move it too far, but I definitely want this to sort of be in the front and everything else behind slightly. There we are. Okay. So if I come back in now with my pen, you see just where we went over with that. Just going to come in. Now you might want to follow the same line or add another one in. Just going to highlight that, just redefine it. So we're getting a very definite, this is at the front. Okay. Oh, Denise, yeah, I'm using, it's sort of a cartridge kind of paper. It's not so heavy that it's full cartridge. It's a bit of a mix. So my advice is use the best you can, the best quality you can afford, because they're only small. It's little drawings. And try a few different ones out. You definitely don't be going for like regular normal printer paper. That won't give you a very good finish. But you know, try and go for something that's got a little bit of a you know, a tooth on it. Super smooth's fine too. You could do it on that, but again, just be aware that your pencil and your tortillon on it won't sort of travel as far as it will on this. So just soften it. I've just added a little bit of a white pencil again, just around the edge there, so you can see it. Just bringing it to the forefront again. There we go. And then I think a little bit of silver pen. I'm going to bring one of the gel pens in. And where we've got these bubbles, just want to bring in a few more bubbles, just to sort of add in that edge there. Let's turn it around as we go. And when you're using them, don't forget that they take a little bit longer to dry, so you don't want to be leaning on them too much because they'll smudge. I'll show you like in a second. You see, look, they're still a little bit wet. Right. Just sort of around those edges there. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at it. I'm not going to make a big thing of the statement. I think it sort of says it all by itself. We've done what we need to do there. So as far as a quick tile today, because we never know, of course, about the Wi-Fi here, and I would hate to sort of do part of it and find it's not going to do anything. But there we go, tile done and completed. So I hope you've enjoyed it. It's nice to sort of look at this and think about you know, things as you're doing it. I think it makes it all the more poignant. So there we go, there's our tile. Now if you're out and about, or if you're back by 4 o'clock this afternoon, then I'll be back on air. I'm going to be demonstrating the puzzle, the Say It With Flowers, particularly the sunflower and that one. And then we've got other few bits and pieces. I've got an angel prepped from the Artistic Forms of Frames book. And of course there's one from book 4, I think, but I've got the books 1 to 4 with me, so lots of things. Rose, you're more than welcome. I don't like to cancel these tiles for anything if I can help it, and I'm just lucky today we've got in at the normal time. So enjoy it, have a bit of fun with this one, and post it. Let's see what you're doing. Those of you that I'm going to be seeing tomorrow, can't wait, really excited about that. Those of you not coming to class, then have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing. We'll try and post some pictures of what we're doing and what we're getting up to. So until then, I will see you back here on Tuesday at 2 o'clock for the next tile. So have fun, everybody, and see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.